Hello and welcome back to the Lavelle Time Works YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be focusing on tearing down, inspecting a watch. This got sent in to me. This is still in the package here. I just opened the top and then that was it. Told them to make sure to keep it well packaged. I guess they don't really ship watches that often, which is understandable. I just said make sure that you can't hear a sound when you shake it. That was about it. So let me get this open here. I don't know if there's any like personal information in here or anything, so I don't want to do this on camera. It is a warm one out there today, I'll tell you what. It's a labyrinth of bubble wrap. Okay, got it. Alright, so there's a watch and an air tag in here. Just need the watch. Alright. So, whoops, this is all super zoomed in. This is what we're going to be looking at today. It is an Omega automatic. It's got the 550 movement. Put that right there. And something I want to focus on is just kind of inspection. Oh, stretch bands. This band is in not great shape. There should be a piece of metal holding that staple up. I don't like stretch bands. I'm going to be doing a service on this, but I just want to check it over, make sure that there's nothing super broken with it. And if I need to order some parts, I'll know what to order. And this crystal's in pretty decent shape, but I think we can do a light buff on that. I've got some of that poly watch. There it is. This is kind of the most simple stuff you can use. Well, as far as dedicated products, you could try toothpaste. It's got some grit in it, but this is designed for polishing a crystal, acrylic crystals. Sorry, bit of that paper towel or microfiber, whatever you're using. Not everybody's got a buffing machine. Those work great, but then you have to have a buffing machine. I don't want to take the band off quite yet, because pretty much this watch is just going to come out of here. This zoomed out or in? Okay, zoomed out all the way. So it is running, it is moving, it is showing signs of life, so that's a good start. What I'm going to do is get my time graph on here. I've got too much stuff everywhere. There's a lot going on, so forgive the little mess there. I'm going to go ahead and give this a wind, actually, if I can, which I can't. I've worked on these in the past, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to hand wind that. So this is in reverse, and this would be winding it. I'm not going to force that. This is the stage I want to focus on more, is just actual. That's pretty loose. More work on the inspection so that as it's going back together, I know that stuff's in order. See how there's a difference in color here? This wheel definitely is loose. This weight is loose and scraping. Even if it's something just as simple as a visual inspection. I don't know how well you guys can see, but oh, stop zooming in. That's too far. There's a bunch of dried up something on there. In case you're wondering, that should not be there. You can see where I wiped that off on the right side. It should not be there. Again, I mean, I know it was slightly off camera. Like I said, I didn't know if there was some, like a slip of paper with a name and an address that might slip out. I didn't want any of that showing, so I just opened it up. Anyway, again, there's more. I don't want to say water spots. Whoops, that was slightly off camera, sorry. Hopefully with some cleaning and lubrication, all these spots go away. They're everywhere. Yeah, wow. So if you guys are watching this, I can't tell you exactly what that is, but that shouldn't be there. And luckily, it's all... For the most part, just a quick touch with a piece of pegwood. I mean, you can see that it's coming off. Hey, it's everywhere in here. Oh. That's not good. There's a big issue. This plate, I don't have the means to rejewel a metal. I don't even know where this is off the top of my head. Let's zoom you in and let's switch you over here. Pivots in a watch, round hole, round post. See if I can make that sharper of an image for you. It ain't round. Hold on, let me zoom this out here real quick. I'm gonna try to move this and push it back to center. That might be one of the reversing wheels. Maybe. Don't quote me. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. See the wheel next to it too here? I'm gonna rotate the crown. Now this is what I was talking about with inspection. I want to find this stuff now. See both of them? There should be none of this. Those are supposed to be straight up and down. I wonder if I can just shoot a video his way to show him this. He'll get a link to this video, but that should not be that loose. Something happened here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's some more gunk right down there. That one looks a little bit more serious, but not really. Oh yeah, there is that rust or is that dried brown grease? My hand is off that. Why'd that keep zooming in so hard? Do you see all that stuff on the So the image that you guys are seeing, it's way closer than what I see. It might just be grease. Okay. Luckily. I haven't even taken anything out yet. And we're already... Oh, yep. You see all that crud? I might be able to stake this tighter. I'll have to take it apart and take a look. And consult my... I have a buddy that's... I think he's certified with Omega now. Very helpful, very valued friend and resource, I guess. Obviously, we chat about stuff other than watches, but the fact that I can chat with him about stuff, especially Omega, very handy. He enjoys it too. It's not like I'm pestering him 17 times a day, every day, with a watch question. I feel like this is the plate that's worn out. And hopefully that's where that wobble is all coming from, is just this plate. But I'm going to have to check the other side. Oh, yeah. So again, this should be over here, not over there. Stop zooming in so much. My hand is not touching it. That is 100% getting replaced. There's no world where that stays in a finished product here. Look, that water or spilled grease. I don't know what it is. It's all over the pallet fork and on the escape wheel too there. It's something... I don't know, but it is literally everywhere. Do you see it like under? I don't know what this is called, but I think this is so you can get a tool under for the balance. I don't use it. It's all down here too. Balance itself seems in fine shape. Maybe a little bit of end shake there, side shake, but look into that more. Yeah, what the heck is going on in this watch? So what I'm going to have to do now is start taking this apart, which I guess if you guys want to see it, I'll do it here on the video. I didn't want this to be a super long video. This is mostly just supposed to be for inspection. Hold on, I'm getting flashbacks of another Omega I worked on. The story for another day, though. We won't get into that. This is my first time touching these screws. Okay, I thought I saw one wobble around a little bit and I got scared. What I want to do is unwind. I don't know how to fully do this safely, so I am replacing the mainspring. Can I get enough of a turn on this, or is it gonna not work because of the... Wait, no, I can take the automatic off here first. And again, I'm not wearing any finger cots or anything because I'm going to be cleaning and or replacing parts in here. Let's go with the... Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's on the screen enough. There's more gunk. And a chewed up screw. Not for me. So normally I use my beryllium screwdrivers. I just didn't feel like reaching all the way up here to grab one. I made the mistake of I thought that you use those all the way through, forward and backward. Uninstalling and reinstalling. And I had a watch come back multiple times with a screw that fell out. The first one was one that I actually didn't adjust because I wasn't supposed to on a Rolex. And then it came back with the screw that was supposed to be tighter for me. So then eventually I just took a, standard steel or whatever, and just went through and just cranked them all down. Lesson learned. Oh, that's too wide. Okay. What is on my screwdriver? I really should just be sharpening this. I've got 3 of this. No, 2 of this one. This one should fit. There we go. Multiple sets of screwdrivers. Now, ideally, I would have a set of sharp blades, and then wider blades. But every watch is ever so slightly different. So even if I had 3 sets, I would still be making adjustments frequently. Now, are you gonna play nice? I see it lifting up. Okay, I was trying to be gentle. Here, so this is what the beryllium screwdrivers look like, and as you can see, I mean, you touch them to something and it's leaving a mark. So which I guess, if anything, it's good for practicing, working on your sharpening. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this should just be lifting out now. Of course, I do have the plate underneath unscrewed. Huh. Can I just take the plate out? Am I missing something on this bridge? Okay, there we go. That wasn't on camera, but that just literally just lifted out after all that wiggling and whatnot. Yeah, there's all sorts of gunk. And again, you can see all of this, like, water. I don't want to call them water spots, but that shouldn't be dotted like that. Shouldn't. There you go. Now you can see it is coming off right away, which is a good sign. I think everything that I save and clean, I'm probably going to run through. I might pre-scrub them before they even go into any of the cleaners, just to get that extra step, extra layer of cleaning. Isn't a bad thing, I guess. Come on, I want to see the other side. Thought this was a crack for a second right here. Alright, so, and I think this is a common problem because I've worked on a 550 before where I had to replace something with the automatic. It was either one of the wheels or the bridge. But it is metal, it's not jeweled. So it is going to wear out quicker. Oh, it's gunky under there. Yeah, even just trying to push this by finger, nothing's moving. And it should. Now notice how these screws on the underside look a lot better. Should just be those two to lift that off. So I take out screws sometimes. I just spin the part and hold it with the tweezer because I don't feel like picking up my screwdriver again. Now, is that a separate? Nope, it's not. Okay, it's all part of it, so I got to take this one out too. As I'm sure you can guess, this is going to be a whole series. Inspection. I have torn down a 550 before, but it was on my other channel before I made this one. So I guess it's kind of nice to have a refresher there. Yeah, look, there's like a whole ring of gunk in here. See all that? And over here too. One of my favorite lines that I hear, and I hear it a lot, and I wish I didn't. Oh, I've had this watch for 40 years and it's never stopped running. It's worked perfect ever since I got it in 1973 as a graduation gift or whatever. Okay, see how that's dried up grease that has gained dirt. So even if your watch is sealed, just dust gets in. Little fine particles of dust get in, and the oil attracts it. Just think of like the oil in your car. It just gets dirty. Now, is this wheel still good? Seems like it. It's just dirty. The pivots on the ends there look okay. Just dirty. So what happens when the oil picks up dirt and it's a moving part? It is essentially sandpaper. And when it's metal, and metal on metal just in general is already going to wear itself away. It'd be nice if this was jeweled, but that's just not how it works. Yeah, I mean, look at all of the dirt and stuff that's around here. So yeah, I'll get people that come in and they're like, "Oh yeah, this watch is ran perfectly on time. I've never had an issue with it once in my life." And then they'll bring it to me, and I'm like, "Yep, that should be cleaned every." And it varies depending on the kind of watch, what kind of oils you use. 3 to 10 years, we'll say, is a pretty wide range. And people are like, "What?" And then I tell them how much it costs, and they're like, "What?" And it's like, yeah. And this is a good example. I don't know the full history of this watch. I think it was this person's. It was either a parent or a grandparent. It was their watch, and it got handed down to them. They'd love it to run, and clearly we are going to have to replace a part of this plate. Like I said, I could try to rejewel this, but that's just, I'll just replace it. Time, money, skill. Like I said, I've never replaced a metal jewel. Would you call it a jewel still? Bushing? Bearing? I don't know how to, even where to find those offhand, let alone trying to convert it to a metal, or to a ruby, to a jeweled. Yeah, so this part's gonna have to get replaced. The top bridge for our automatic complication. So we're gonna set that all aside for now. Let's get a closer look at everything else. It does seem to be moving. Here's what I'm going to check now. Now that I took out the faulty gears, now I can hand wind the watch. I think this was something that was asked of me, of like, hey, I try to wind the watch and it stops. They were thinking that it might have been an issue with the gasket in the crown. That should be wound up enough. I think they were saying, like, yeah, it's real stiff to wind. Well, I'll still have to check the gasket, but I mean, I'm just running my thumb across it and it's working fine. The issue was that the gears up here, you guys can see me up there, the gears in that, because they were kind of wobbling off center there, that was just locking them up. So try all you want. And luckily, and I mentioned this, I was like, hey, I'm really glad that you didn't start tinkering in here. Or trying to take a pair. Well, let's look. I'm going to put you on the spot here. I'm not using their name because I don't know if they want me to say it or not. So, alright, I don't see any obvious plier marks on the crown there. That's another common one I get. People don't realize or forget that they have a screw down crown on their watch, and they try to go at it with a pair of pliers with teeth. Okay, so I mean, I gave this a pretty good wind, and that does not look like it's running that much faster. But it is running. I'm going to put it on my timing machine over here. Make sure it's muted. Oh, and it's going to run like garbage, isn't it? Of course it is. So I gave that, what, 20, 30 winds? Amplitude is 147. Beat error of 9. Losing almost, okay, just jumped 6, we'll call it 600 seconds a day, 10 minutes a day. If I got my math right, which I think I did. And it's now at 800. Yeah, so like I said, it did not look like it was winding or running that fast. So, new mainspring, that was already... I can see it kind of... I don't know how well it's picking up on the camera. To me, it looks like it just kind of You don't actually get to see it rotate. It just kind of looks like it's position A, position B. It looks like it's going really fast on the camera, but it's maybe turning all of... Here, let me try to... Maybe 80 degrees. It's actually a fun trick you can do is you can take a video. If you put a little Sharpie mark on your balance wheel and then take a slow motion video, you can see where that Sharpie mark is going around and how far it gets. Something something math, and you can kind of figure out your watch's amplitude. Amplitude? Lift angle. One of the two. My brain shut off. It's 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday, and it's a warm one. I am very ready to kick back for the night. Ho ho! Okay. That was in the watch. Again, I mean, the balance, without taking it apart, seems fine. Again, there's more. Now, personally, if my watch has marred screws like this, I'm not too worried about it. You know, it happens. Given how old this watch is, how many people have worked on it. At least 5 people. Again, I don't want to show too many details. I don't know how personal this all is, but there's a mark there, there's a mark there, there's a mark there, there's a mark there. Sharpie, another mark there. At least 5-6 people. So somebody somewhere on the line has done work before me. Get back to my story there. Just, you know, I get people that are, well, it was fine before you worked on it, and it's like, it's a 50, 60-year-old watch, or pocket watches from 1895 or, you know, 1907 or something. A little bit of wiggle there. I don't think that that's too bad. Now, this will be, if you are an Omega expert, or if you are more learned than I am, it'd be kind of cool to get some CW21s in here or something. Have them kind of telling me some stuff. It is wiggling a little bit, but it is pretty, like, I have to give that a pretty good little nudge. I mean, of course, it's also under 10. Oh, yeah, I can do this. Do this now. I'm probably going to wrap up the this assembly here. I don't want to get too involved in it right now. Like I said, I already know that I need to order some parts. So before I get going any further, I want to be checking on that. That's normal, right? Yeah, okay. Right. Double ratchet wheel. Yeah, so before I touch this thing, gashed by one of 6 or 8 other people. And that's just 2 left marks. They don't do that anymore. Kind of bums me out. I was kind of hoping I would have to get all that and have access to the registry and whatnot of people that work on watches. But, oh well. Again, it is a little wobbly. Is it noticeable enough to warrant replacing this? So it's going to be the question. Can I get this to run just fine? In some people's eyes, perfectly? Or is it going to be a giant nightmare? And I'm going to hate that it can't get that extra 10 degrees amplitude, or you know, whatever measure that I'm after. Yeah, I think we'll start with just a good cleaning. Like I said, look at all the... I'm just going to keep calling them water spots, even though I think it's probably oil or something. Who knows? And this could have been, honestly, there are... one of the watch cleaning machines has... the basket has vertical slots. So you take the dial off, take the hands off, take the dial off, take the hands off, take the movement out, pull off the balance or whatever else you want to pull off, and you just stick the movement assembled in the cleaner, which gets it clean, but it doesn't get everything, because obviously there's a point of friction where, you know, in the pivots and the jewels. So that little bit of space, you're going to leave just a little bit of dirt or something. And then you take it out, and some people might... there's a product called One Dip or something. Just an automated... everybody in the 50s, 60s was wearing watches, so you didn't have the time to... Somebody back then would have been already done with this watch. Dunk, dunk, dunk. So that could have been, they ran it through the cleaner, dipped it in one thing, dipped it in something else, out the door. Maybe that's where all of this is coming from. And they just didn't dry it off. Because like I said, it's coming. It's not water. It does come off with a little bit of scrub-a-dub. Look at all over this plate here. It is coming off, so I think that it is an oil of some sort. And it very well could have been that dunk, dunk, dunk out the door. That would be my guess. I'm actually interested in knowing what my buddy will say about that, so I'm gonna have to send him some pictures here and see what he thinks on that, if that is the case. So obviously now, not everybody's wearing watches. You don't have 50 customers a day or anything. Take the time, do it right. Parts to order. Mainspring. This bridge is going to have to get replaced. I might have to just get the new gear train bridge too, which sucks because then you lose the serial number that's on it. Maybe I can source a jewel for this one. Cost, time, risk, reward, all that stuff. Yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to let this run with the automatic assembly out of it and just see what happens. Shouldn't be running a dirty watch, but again, I'm going to be replacing quite a few things anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. What's one more day? Yeah, that's it for this one. I'll be back with some more progress on this. Maybe I'll do another video of just disassembly of the gear train and pulling out the mainspring barrel and the balance. Keep it short and sweet for that one. But I know right now I'm going to have to wait to order some parts. And like I said, I want to chat with my buddy and see if he's got some input, some insight for me. And I'll report back to you guys. and the customer. First to the customer, then to you guys. So thanks for watching. If you have a watch that you need me to work on, or that you need work done to, let me know. Custom watches are available. We got some G-Shocks and some other stuff. Yeah. Reach out, send me a message. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. I never know how to end these.